what's up everybody? It's Aubree and I have a few dinner recipes that I am sharing with you in this video. Sorry for the voice, I know I sound a little sick and that's because I've caught a cold, but I'm fine and I really wanted to share these with you. So let's get into it. On this night, I am making an oven-baked chicken and roasted potatoes. So I am starting out by washing 3 potatoes, like russet potatoes, I guess. They're baking potatoes. And cutting them up into like bigger sized cubes, just bite size. And then when I'm finished doing that, I am going to put them on a sheet pan. Next, I'm going to cut up 1 onion. I just cut this up into small chunks. I wanted to be able to taste the roasted onions, but I didn't want them to be huge pieces. And when I'm done cutting up the onion, I'm going to cut up a green bell pepper. And the same thing, I wanted bigger chunks, but not, huge chunks of the bell pepper. When I'm finished cutting all of that up, I'm going to drizzle olive oil over the top and then add salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. I'm going to bake that in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes or until the potatoes look, golden and delicious. Now I'm getting started on the oven-baked chicken recipe. I found this online and I will link the recipe down in the description box below. So you're going to start out by adding some mayonnaise and Dijon mustard to a bowl, and you're just going to mix that up until it's all combined. Then you're going to get started on the breading mixture, which is the blue bowl in this video. You are going to add some breadcrumbs and then some spices. You're supposed to use plain breadcrumbs, but I only had Italian on hand, and when I went to Aldi that day, they didn't have any plain breadcrumbs either, just like panko, and I didn't want to use that. So I used the Italian breadcrumbs that I had, and then I just added a couple spices to it. So I end up adding some salt, pepper, some basil, and some parsley. I think it asked for rosemary, but I didn't have it and I couldn't find it at the grocery store, so I just used what I had. Plus there was already spices added into it and the Italian breadcrumbs, and it was perfect. It tasted fine just the way it was. I'm going to take some chicken breasts that I sliced horizontally down the middle to make them thinner, and I'm going to put them in that mayonnaise Dijon mustard mixture just to coat it, and then I'm going to put it in the breadcrumb mixture and coat that as well. And I do this with the 4 pieces of chicken that I have. Now, this wasn't in the recipe, but I decided to get some grated Parmesan cheese and just sprinkle that over the top of the chicken. And then once I do that, I am going to put that in the oven with the potatoes and roast that for, I believe, 30 minutes until it's like a golden crispy brown. As a side, I am making a sunflower chopped salad kit. This salad kit is really good. I find it at Aldi. I don't know, they might offer it at other stores as well, but it has like kale and lettuce and cabbage in it, and then the dressing is very sweet, not too sweet. It's kind of like a sweet mustardy sauce. It's kind of hard to explain, but then they have like Parmesan cheese, and then they like these seeds, like pumpkin seeds and quinoa and just all these little crunchy bits. It's a really good salad, so if you find it, I would definitely try it. And once I put all the ingredients in, I just toss it up so that everything is coated with the dressing, and then I put it in the refrigerator just to sit there for maybe like 10 or 15 minutes before dinner is ready to be served. This is how the potatoes and the chicken turned out when I took them out of the oven. I ended up cooking the chicken and the potatoes just a little bit longer than the directions, just to give it, a little extra browning on top and make sure it was all the way cooked through. This was a very, very delicious meal. The potatoes, I think, were the very best part, but the chicken, even my son, who's a really picky eater, he enjoyed it. So anyway, yeah, it was really good. So I am starting out dinner tonight making one of these Knorr pasta sides, the Alfredo noodle kind, and I'm just following the directions on the back of the package. Here I'm just steaming up some broccoli. I just cut up some broccoli, put it in a pot with some water, and put the lid on and put it on medium heat. And I'm just letting it steam up until it's fork tender. Now we are having pork chops. These were butterfly pork chops, and I just cut them down the middle to make 4 pieces. And I'm adding some Kinder's butter garlic seasoning to them, and then I'm just going to saute them in a frying pan with a little bit of olive oil so they are cooked through on each side. This is what my plate looked like after everything was finished. I cooked up some biscuits in the oven to have on the side. This was a great, easy dinner. The last meal that I'm sharing this week is tacos. Now, I've made this a few times on my channel, and so what I'm doing is I diced up an onion and I cook it a little bit before I add the meat just to soften the onions. And then I'm going to add a pound of ground beef and chop it up with the meat chopper tool. And it wasn't totally defrosted yet, so I'm having a little bit of a difficult time, breaking it apart. But it'll come apart, within a couple, minutes. And I'm just going to cook that up. Then I'm going to start working on my Spanish rice. We are using Knorr Fiesta Side Spanish rice package for this, and you just add some water, some butter, and the package, and you cook it up. I just follow the directions on the back of the package. Now I'm adding Tone's taco seasoning. I get this seasoning at Sam's Club. This is my favorite taco seasoning I've ever tried. And I just add about 3 tablespoons of that to my meat and mix it up. And then I'm going to add about 1/3 of a cup, or I think maybe 2/3 cup of water, just until it's the consistency that I like. And then I continue to heat it up until it's all thickened up. And this is what my plate looked like. I just add sour cream, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese on top of my hard-shell tacos with a scoop of the Spanish rice and a few tater tots. It was a good dinner. Thank you so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving this video a like and commenting down below. It really does help my channel so much. And I would love it if you joined my YouTube family by hitting that subscribe button. I will be back soon with another grocery haul and What's for Dinner. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!